Here is how to locally set the visibility of everybody's name tag in a room and even have it saved for when they leave and come back. Here is everything you need. You will need some sort of trigger to activate the circuit. I'm using a button. You will need a bool variable, a not chip, 3 event receivers, a if player is valid and local, get all players, for each, and 2 local player set player name tag visibility. Everything here is laid out correctly if you'd like to match it. And let's start with our bool variable. I'm going to name it something that makes more sense for this circuit. Name tags visible. I'm going to submit this. Then I'm going to make it a cloud variable, so it'll save whatever my choice was even if I leave the room. Then I'll go to my connect tool and I will connect the pressed output of my button to the input of the variable and connect the output of the variable to the input of my not chip and the output of my not chip to the input of my variable. Then I'll go to my first event receiver. I'll go to my configure tool and I will configure it and set it to name tags visible changed, or whatever the name of your bool variable is with changed added to the end. And I will connect that to my for each. And the other input of my for each will be connected to the get all players. And then in the for each, on loop, we will set the visibility. The item will be the player. And we will choose whether it's enabled or not based off of the output of our variable. So if the variable is true, when it runs this, it will set name tag visibility to true. And if it is false, it will set name tag visibility to false. Right now, this currently will only affect the people who are currently in the room. Anyone who joins later will not be affected by this decision. So let's change that. We'll go to our top event receiver, go to our configure tool, configure it, and set it to player join. Then we will connect the player who joined to the player port of the local player set player name tag visibility and the execution port to the event receiver, and we will choose whether it's enabled or not based off of our variable. Anyone who's in the room when I change my variable or joins the room after the fact will be affected by whatever my variable is set to. But if I were to leave and come back, it wouldn't matter if my variable was set to true or false because everyone's name tags will be visible. So here's how we change that. By using our last 2 chips, we're going to configure the event receiver to player join, go back to our tools, connect, and we'll connect the input of the player is valid and local to the event receiver and the player output to the input of our if player is local and valid. And assuming the player who just joined is local and valid, they will run the for each and it'll set whatever their decision is for the players who are already in the room. And now let's try it out. You can see my name is visible. If I click the button, it is no longer visible. Click it again, visible. Click it again, invisible. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.